Hi, welcome to Monterey's Cooking. I'm Cookin Pisto, and today we have a very special program, but let me introduce you first of all to Andrea Mugnaini. Did I say it right?
Beautiful pronunciation. Mugnaini.
Mugnaini. See? She's a Northern Italian. That's why it's hard to pronounce.
Simple, like Pisto.
Yeah, it's Pisto. You know, folks, I've been wanting to do a show and take you right to where the pizzas really come from. And you know, this lady has been importing pizza ovens now for
a very long time.
How many years?
Almost 15 years.
Wow. And you know, the one you see I cook with at my house is from her. And I thought we would do a show where she can explain to you about what a real pizza oven is all about. And you know, nowadays we don't have masons that know how to build pizza ovens, so we get. Why don't you tell everybody?
For the most part, yes. I mean, there are still skilled masons, especially in Italy. But the oven you see that John uses, which you've had now for many years, so I'm glad you finally made it up here to visit us, was supplied just like most of our ovens in homes are supplied. They're individual modular pieces that are prefabricated clay components, and then we build them on site. A simple concrete block base, like you would place a custom barbecue, for instance. You assemble those pieces, and then they can be covered with brick or stone or stucco tile. In your case, it was stucco, but whatever finish material is appropriate for the house. And then they're all fueled with wood. We have a complete training program, which you never took advantage of.
Nope,
so again, I'm glad you're here today to teach our homeowners how to use an oven, not only for pizzas and flatbreads, but how to roast meats and vegetables and to grill. We teach our clients how to use them for holiday meals, the American Thanksgiving meals, and summertime barbecues.
Okay. Andrea, let's start at the beginning with pizzas. Where'd they start? Let's really hear it right from
originally?
Yes.
Egyptian, actually. I mean, you know that the word pizza is related to the word pita, which is the word, you know, for the yeast risen flatbreads of the Middle East. But supposedly, historians say that actually the Jews brought that flatbread to Italy many years ago, and when it settled into Naples, the very first flatbreads didn't even have tomato or mozzarella; they just had salt. So they would preserve these flatbreads with the salt. Of course, they were all cooked on stone and with fire. And then over the years, they've progressed. There's a long, rich history of Neapolitan-style pizza when tomato was actually added, and then the mozzarella, and then herbs, and now today, of course, every ingredient.
The birthplace of pizza, what city?
Napoli, as we know it now. As we know it now, the Neapolitan-style pizza, of course, that we enjoy today and that we advocate baking this authentic Neapolitan-style pizza in a wood-burning oven, comes from Naples.
Okay, now we Italians, as you know, our mothers, of course, they all made their own style of pizza. The Sicilians make a focaccia, which is a thick pizza. You know, every section of Italy has their own, but. When did pizza become popular? This is a very interesting fact. After World War II.
As we know it now today, I think it really gained in popularity when there became more ovens. Even before World War II, there was already tomato and mozzarella on there, but particularly the ovens that we import and that we assemble were actually designed and patented right after World War II, where prior to that, there weren't individual size ovens for families and restaurateurs. They had large communal ovens that each village actually had, and they were quite, they were huge, like a room, and they would have a different temperature every day so the whole village could bake in them. But after the war, those were really destroyed, and the manufacturer that I work with was commissioned by the Italian government to design and patent an oven that individual families could put together quickly and easily and have their own baking oven.
So, the way we use the oven, everyone thinks it's just for pizza, but we're going to show you it's not just for pizza. You can do many things in it. But let's, when we come back, we're going to show you the classic Italian pizza. Everything else is phony. We're going to show you the real stuff. We'll be right back. Before we get underway, I want to dispel a myth. To start one of these ovens up is very, very easy. Andrea's going to show you how simple it is. Because a lot of people, starting a fire sometimes can be a chore. This is the simplest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's very simple, and this is actually what I did earlier to prepare this oven for you. Just a little bit of kindling.
This one's, now we've already got a fire in here, so this is, we want you to realize that. Okay? And that's
My fire starter?
The fire starter
Do I have to start?
is right there.
Thank you. I use these little Weber non-toxic fire
Fabulous.
starters. They ignite immediately to the strike of a match.
Look at
So
that.
no paper, no garbage.
No garbage, no paper, no burned
You don't need a gas starter in a wood-fired oven, which we get asked regularly.
Look at that. Isn't that something?
And then leave it in this, or in the center of the oven. Let your oven heat. The residential ovens take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to bring up fully to pizza temperature.
You put all your wood in at one time?
No, I'll put a couple of small logs, and then I'll just add to that as the wood breaks down to coals.
And all small pieces of wood, I noticed?
Split it. This is
split.
standard firewood length, maybe 16, 18-inch length and 2 to 3 inch diameter. And then you're going to move the fire once it's heated. Your oven's heated before you're ready to cook. And just imagine that this was a bed of coals already.
Perfect.
Just move this over to the side of your oven. And we'll scoop that up, throw it into the fire, sweep that oven then with the brass brush, and you're ready to bake pizzas right on the stone floor.
Fabulous. And it takes about an hour and a half. So, if you're having your party, you do this, while you're doing all your prep for your dinner party, you get everything ready. I mean, and what's nice too is you can do your whole dinner out of here. I know we've done desserts in here that's fabulous. We've done crab and shrimp and, well, we're going to show you. It's going to be interesting stuff. Okay.
Okay, I wanted to say, John, then after I've moved the fire over, just take your brass brush and clean your hearth. Just sweep all that, right into the fire, and you're ready to slide the pizzas and the flatbreads right onto the oven floor.
Real simple. I know when we have parties at the house, kids do it. Teenagers love it. They go absolutely crazy. They all get to make their own pizzas. Okay, but let's get down to the brass tacks here. Let's make the dough first. This is a big deal for a lot of people, isn't it?
It is.
Everyone's afraid to tackle the dough.
It is, or they'll go buy commercially prepared dough that isn't always the best in a wood-fired oven, because these pizzas only take 2.5 or 3 minutes, so you want a light, fresh dough. And I have a simple procedure for putting these ingredients together just by hand. You don't need a mixer, you don't need complicated, hard-to-find ingredients, just a good unbleached all-purpose flour. Put it in a bowl. You also don't have to have a large stone table or a granite piece in the home. Just the flour and the salt. And then I've rehydrated dry active yeast, just basic dry active yeast.
Buy it anywhere,
right,
no
and if
problem.
you keep it in the refrigerator, keep it at about 40 degrees, it will maintain its viability up to 2 years. So for the home, I think it's better than fresh yeast, which will dehydrate and lose its viability rather quickly. And then we're just going to stir these ingredients together.
And this is basic. Now you get into exotic flours, of course.
You can go from here with anything.
Everything, right.
Whole wheats, semolinas, people putting honey in their dough, or just a full complement of ingredients can go into the dough. I like just a plain, simple Neapolitan-style dough. So then my ingredients really stand out.
Right.
That's my preference.
Well, people, our tastes are becoming so sophisticated. People are traveling all over the world now, especially Italy and Europe, and the pizzas there are just so delicious, and they're simple, and but this is why.
Well, wait till you taste them here, John.
Oh, I can't wait. And I already tasted them before. They're fantastic.
So I would dump this out on my board then and knead that if you want me to actually do that. If not, I already have it prepared.
Okay. And that's it. Perfect dough every time.
Needed to
look at that.
Just a nice elastic, very, very moist dough, so that we'll be able to work it by hand. Yes. Okay.
Wow.
And I would just take this bit of dough out when I'm ready. Maybe 15.
Now, from start to when it's pizza ready for the oven is how long?
I would let it sit to proof for about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
Yes, after that mixture, wrap it with a saran or something to keep it airtight. Put it in a warm environment. Just let it sit there and rise for 2 or 3 hours, and then pour it out onto your working surface and cut the serving sizes. I like plate-sized pizzas, which should be about 5 to 6 ounces of dough, and then roll it into the serving balls. Now, in a commercial setting, you use the big dough boxes.
Yeah.
They'll make
Proofer.
hundreds of these proofing boxes and stick them back in the refrigerator. For home, I recommend just putting them on a cookie sheet or a long Tupperware plate, and then wrapping them with saran wrap to keep them moist so that you can stretch it by hand. So roll that out before dinner or before a party. Have all of these prepared. Let them rest so they're easy to stretch by hand.
Now let's talk about that a little bit. Now there's a test I know to know you can touch your dough to know when it's ready. Correct?
I don't know about that. I've never taken that test.
Okay, well.
No, it should.
This is what a baker taught me this one.
Okay, well, you can teach me this.
The dough, you know, the little Pillsbury doughboy?
Yes.
Okay, it's got to go in. Well, this is still a little sticky, though.
Yeah, I like it. I was going to say, for the home, where it may sit out at a table, especially outside. Remember, most of these ovens are being installed outdoors.
Yes.
The dough can dry out very quickly and develop a crust on it, makes it hard to stretch. So I will make this actually tacky, keep it covered and keep it moist to prevent that. So this could sit out for quite some time at at a party or a large family gathering.
Okay, good. Pretty simple. Let's see you roll out a dough.
I was going to say, further to using these in the home and to outdoors, we use these wooden pails because you can carry them inside and outside the home. Outdoors, you don't have to have a large table or countertop.
Good idea.
So we kind of reduce everything to just this one little spot for pizza making. So what I've done is pick up one of these dough balls, put a little bit of the flour, just in the same unbleached all-purpose flour, and then to stretch it. You could throw it in the air or open it many ways, but if you want to keep it outside or in a small kitchen indoors, keep it all.
Let's throw it up.
Go right ahead. No, I don't throw it up.
No? You ever try it?
Oh, sure. I have lots of dough stuck in the pot rack at my house above my center island. So here, just keep this on. The idea is that you'd want to keep the dough sliding so that you can transport it from wherever you've been preparing it right to the oven and slide it from the wooden pill right into the oven.
The secret here definitely is the dough is going to be pliable.
Pliable.
If it isn't, forget about it.
I mean, feel this. It's soft, it's tender, and that's the reason for keeping it very, very moist, and it's luscious, isn't it?
I can see this dough is going to be, the pasta is going to be fabulous. When we come back, we're going to continue making these pizzas. Okay, Signora, let's show people how easy it is to put a pizza together. Watch this. It's amazing how fast it is.
That we can do. Okay. So we've stretched our pizza on the peel. We want to keep a little flour into there so it'll slide off onto the oven floor. Okay. We'll start with just the basic pizza marinara, just good San Marzano tomatoes.
And good tomatoes.
Just a good tomato, and I'm not cooking it. It's just sweet, delicious, right out of the can. A good dried oregano from Calabria. Sprinkle that on there. We'll put a little olive oil, and then it'll go right into the oven.
And that's real pizza. This is so delicious. So
and the key, lighter, fresher ingredients.
And it's health food. You know, it's low on fat, except the olive oil. But you know, not even a half a teaspoon.
Okay, so you've kept this.
Wow, that's
kept this sliding on your peel. Okay, bring it over. Keep it level with the oven floor. Slide it right off onto the oven floor.
That's it.
That's it. 2 minutes, it'll be out of there.
Amazing.
But you want to leave it in that one spot for about 30 seconds or so. The stone is going to extract the moisture from the raw dough, which will enable that heat to move very, very rapidly upwards through the pizza and keep the moisture up on the top. So you'll never have that soggy, undercooked bottom of your pizza dough.
So we're talking. How much? A minute and a half?
This one probably a minute and a half to 2 minutes because there isn't any cheese or heavier ingredients on the top.
So it cooks from the bottom.
From the bottom up. I mean, you're using the conduction off the floor, but that interior crown element of clay is also absorbed heat, so it's radiating back. So you have the conduction, the radiant heat, and then there's a convection airflow pattern that's natural, in the unit. So what I've done now is just rotated that in relation to the flame so it'll brown the edges uniformly. Maybe 2-3 times you're going to rotate that pizza. This utensil keeps your hand away from the hot heat. And then that's it.
And that's it. Out. Look at that. Oh my God.
And this is also a nice time just to take the bread like this and put cheese or other ingredients on top of it.
And you said you could put ham in there?
Correct. Or sometimes I just bake the bread without the tomato, pull it out and put sautéed greens or sliced prosciutto or fresh ingredients like
Italian
that.
health food. There you got it. This food is medicine.
Italian fast food too.
Yeah, and it's medicine. It's good for you. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I think, especially in the home, it's a live, interactive way to cook and entertain people or involved. Full families can do that.
Absolutely fantastic.
Then we've got
So
fresh.
another classic now. This is one.
The
Simple,
marinara.
simple.
You can put a little hot pepper flake on that or leave it alone. Salt and pepper maybe. Just the same tomato, and this is a fresh mozzarella. Okay, we've got it
anywhere?
diced. Now it's in all the good grocery stores.
stores have
A little
it.
bit of that.
And you said you don't like to use the buffalo because it's.
The mozzarella di bufala is
it's
just
too
a little
soft.
bit watery. I will sometimes use it in the summer just to put right on my dough after I've taken it out of the oven. But it's a little watery, I think, for pizza. Again, just make sure that you have enough flour in there so that your pizza will slide off.
Yep.
Okay,
And that's it.
back right onto the oven floor.
You see how easy?
So
Absolutely nothing. And in front of us we have all variations. And in fact, I bet we could have 4 tables like this full of things.
of fresh ingredients.
But no pineapple and no Canadian bacon. That's terrible. They should shoot the guy that invented that one. Canadian.
But in general, they're fresher, lighter ingredients, and I wouldn't put one of everything on there. We try to make choices with these ingredients so it produces a particular flavor.
Yeah.
These roasted peppers with some
Oh, look
anchovy
at
and fresh oregano.
Look at this. These were roasted inside the oven too. I mean, look at that.
All of this
Boom.
prep can be done inside of the oven. These peppers, the peppers I put in the oven just like this on
Rub
a
them with a
pan.
little oil?
No,
Not even
actually
oil?
nothing. Just set them right in the pan, char them,
Simple.
and then bring them out, put them in a bag, sweat them, and then peel them.
Incredible. That's fabulous.
So again, we just let
Look at
that
this.
sit there, for 2 minutes or 30 seconds or so, and then we'll rotate it in relation to the flame.
Amazing.
So the bottom is already dry. The radiant heat's
Andrea, excuse me, but these can go, now, let's let people understand, these do not have to be outside. These can be in the kitchen also,
correct.
okay?
Probably though, I'd say we're installing maybe 90% of the residential ovens outside.
Outside.
But the exact same oven can go inside.
Well, that's, she's going to be putting one inside my kitchen, and I'll have one outside too, but I think inside would be fabulous, because then you can really center everything around it.
I do too. I'm
Yeah.
spoiled having 4 of them in this facility.
Oh, I bet, but I'd have a ball here. Everybody would be a lot heavier, I'll tell you that.
beautiful.
Wow, look at
Just
that.
look at
Jesus. That's amazing. Look at how beautiful that is. That's it. Look at that. Beautiful.
Marinara
Simple,
margarita.
Fantastic. Okay, when we come back, we're going to do some fish for you. Well, now we're going to show you how easy it is to cook in a pizza oven. And on this segment, we're just going to do fish and shellfish. Okay? Andrea has already warmed up some of the plates for you. It's very important you warm them up. Now, we're using stainless steel. We're using heavy iron. Frying
blue
pans.
steel,
The blue's the
actually.
real. Okay, bring them out. Now, I've got all this prep here ready to go. Look how easy this is.
Okay, hot pan,
Number 1. Okay.
hot oil.
Hot oil. There's some eggplant. Real easy. Look at this. Boom. How about a nice piece of cod? Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. Salt. Pepper. Sensational seasoning.
What is sensational?
That's a secret. I'll tell you later. Okay. Little this, little that.
Little
Now,
wine.
you know this is going to be delicious. We know that. Okay. A little fish stock wouldn't hurt. That's done.
Okay.
Put her in. Okay, this is going to be shellfish. Garlic. You got more garlic, Mario? Oh boy, we came prepared. A lot of parsley. A lot more garlic. Capers. Sausage. I'm using
Yeah, what-
linguice. You can use, don't use Italian sauce, but use a smoky sausage. This, it gives a lot of flavor.
In with your shellfish. I've never done that. I've never done that.
I got clams, mussels, Now, usually, you got to be very careful how you do this because all these kind of cook at a different time. But it's okay. Got garlic.
Don't
We
touch
got
the
some
pan.
tomatoes. Don't touch the pan. Okay. And we got to put a little bit of vino in there just for the heck of it. And that's enough. Okay.
Okay, you're going to cover this?
Yep. And you know what? In minutes, it's going to be ready. Well, look what we got so far. This is incredible. These only took about 4 minutes. It's amazing. Now, I think the shellfish is ready.
Yeah, I think so too.
Look at, I mean, this is Italian cooking at its finest, folks. Look at this. Oh, it's gorgeous. Now, to eat this, I'm going to show you. This is what I would do. You know, this is maybe, if you come from the southern Italy, you use a lot of oregano. So we're going to finish it off with a little dried oregano, just a touch. And then we do a little oil. And you know, folks, in Italy, or even in Greece and Spain, you eat a real good first-class piece of fish, they give you the olive oil on the side and lemon, and that's it. And they want you to enjoy that. Okay, some lemon. And you know what? There you have it. Pizza oven, good for cooking shellfish, fish, and pizzas, of course. Andrea, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Real
Thank
pleasure.
you for coming.
This has been a great show.